Now we are looking at the right hand, and this hand appears to be a lot different from what we saw in the left hand. Left hand is comparatively much more normal. What abnormal thing that we see out here is that this is the heart line and this is another heart line. So there's a gap between the heart line. There's a break in the heart line. This is a little bit different from a normal kind of a heart line. So when there's a break in the heart line, it depicts that there could have been some major emotional break in one's life, and uh, it is about our heart, and heart is not just regarding your emotions, it is also regarding your personal life as well as your work life. Both these lives can be seen on the heart line, and I give more importance to the heart line compared to other lines, because I've seen many people who are really successful. Their heart line is very simple kind. uh, uh, the heart line can be seen in a different light, like giving your heart to a particular work or to a particular relationship. If the emotional relationships are good in one's life, then the possibility of rising up basically become more. So what is happening out here is like these are the fingers out here that you see, and this is the heart line. So any line leaning downwards is something like it is creating a strain on your heart. It is something like, I just redraw it, something like, if imagine this is your heart and there's a branch that is hanging downwards from the heart line, and it has a lot of weight. What it is going to do is it's going to pull your heart down. So so this is what we see with this line basically leaning downwards. And any line that lean downwards from the heart line and touches the headline, again that is not a good sign, because when it touches the headline, it is something like it is something like it could be like the person might give his time, energy, effort to people who might not be worth it, and those relationships are not going to basically play out throughout the life. So this is the bad aspect that basically I see on the hand. Uh, and if we look really closely, what we find is that I saw it on some other image that I would take up in the next short video. Like out here, we are seeing two lines. So even these, see, double line on the heart line is again not too good a sign, because what it is doing is like the person is on two boats. So the likelihood of the person destabilizing become much more. So again, not such a good sign. Now the good signs in this particular hand is that the sun line, this is basically the sun line, and this is the heart line. So above the heart line, this is above the heart line, we find the sun line to be much more prominent. And the age at which the sun line becomes much more prominent is approximately after the age of 53. So that's when the line basically really becomes really good. And so the chances of the person's career brightening up becomes much more during that particular period. So this is one aspect. You would find that the this is the headline and this is the heart line. So somewhere in the middle, you would find the line not to be such good as compared to this particular line that we see. There's another line that is of very high importance, and that is one's mercury line. Mercury line either can be found just under the little finger out here, or it could be found something like a long line that you see, long and stable line that you are seeing out here. Many people, what they have is that they have an unclear kind of a mercury line. Those are not considered to be good. A deep and clear line that we see out here is much better than those kind of lines that I just draw, unclear kind of lines. So what this particular line does is that Mercury is the planet for skill. Mercury is the planet for communication, technical skills, business skills, statistical, economics, medical science, or engineering, anything you can think about regarding the mind, regarding the technical aspect. this is where it plays out. So a line that is much more stable, it depicts that the person has got good communication and the person is not speaking in a wrong manner, and the person is communicating in the perfect way, and the person is calculating in the perfect. So the likelihood of success increases because of these two reasons. So this is the reason why mercury line is considered to be a good sign. And uh, and and now we the other aspect to make out in this particular hand is that the mercury finger, the length of the mercury finger also plays a major role. And if it crosses this particular line of the sun finger, this is basically the sun finger, then basically this finger is considered to be longer. The mercury finger is considered to be longer. When the mercury finger is long, basically it depicts one's communication, and the communication and it is basically something like a long communication tower and a short communication tower. A long communication tower would relay and receive signals from a large area, but a shorter uh, communication tower would have a limited area only, and they would be having lesser communication compared to the shorter finger. Basically depicts lesser communication uh, over the public. Like this is out here, and it's only covering this much area. And if the communication tower was long, then it would cover a wider area. More public would come under it. So that's why the mercury finger plays a major role. And if we look deeply, like really closely, we would find just under the finger of mercury, you wouldn't find too many lines over it. See, this is the place where least amount of lines is considered to be good. If there was just a standing line, even that would have been considered to be good. So lesser lines do not mean no skill. Lesser lines could mean unlimited possibilities. And as it is, there's a long line that I had already drawn that was coming from close to the lifeline that is already present there. So the learning process and the learning graph of this particular person could be really, really, really fast. So this is one aspect. Some people, what they have is that under the finger of mercury, they have got too many crisscrossing lines. That's when the person is miscommunicating and miscalculating. These two aspects might play out if people they have these lines, but you do not have any such bad kind of indication out here. This is where the person can do really, really good. So this is another aspect. So another aspect to be seen with the broken heart line could be as the line is broken somewhere under the finger of sun. See, the breakout here, I've already explained to you what it might mean, but there could be another thing that might be playing out around. That is the physical aspect. So eyes and the heart are the two things the person should take care about, because the sun finger, under the sun finger, sun is basically visual, and sun is also depicting your heart. If we refer to books, then it would say which planet refers to what thing. So it depicts heart also. So this is one area the person needs to be a little bit careful about. And so that's it for this particular hand. I would be basically talking to you and explaining it to you the other aspects of the palm and answering your questions. Same case in this finger, like also this hand also, you would find that the headline and the lifeline both are joined for a really, really long time. See, many people, what they have is that there's a big gap between the head and the lifeline. So there's a gap out here, but out here you're having both these lines together, joined together for a long duration of time. So such people are under the guardianship of their parents or any other person for a longer time, and they're unable to express themselves. So that's it. I will be talking to you soon.